Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss level 5 extended diploma unit 10, that is business law for managers. So first of all we will discuss the first learning outcome, that is understanding the generic business law. So to understand this learning outcome we have the first assessment criteria in which we try to explain why it is important to have business related laws. So first we will discuss what is the importance of business laws. The importance of business laws is to protect the right, to safeguard the right of the business, employees, and customers for the fair practices. The second importance is that it dispute the resolution and it provide a structured process for settling conflict and maintaining the business order. Then we have the third importance, that is about the consumer protection, in which we ensures that customers receive safe product, honest services, and fair treatment. Now we have the second assessment criteria in which we explain the principle of business law. So we have some principle of business law, for example, company law, which regulates the formation, operation, and dissolution of companies. Then we have common law that is based on judicial decisions and precedents rather than written statutes. Then we have civil laws, which deals with dispute between individuals or organization, usually involving the compensation. Then we have criminal law, in which it concerns offenses against the state, which involve penalties, for example, fine or imprisonment. Then we have the statutory law. It is basically the written laws that is enacted by a legislative body to govern the specific legal issues. Now we have the third assessment criteria in which we differentiate between civil and criminal law. Then we have the second learning outcome in which we try to understand the legal and justice system within a business context. So this first assessment criteria for the second learning outcome is to explain what is meant by the term legal system. So, what is legal system? A legal system is a structured framework for creating, interpreting, and enforcing laws within a society. It establishes rules and regulations that govern individual and organizational behavior. The system includes various legal processes such as legislation, case law, and judicial decisions. It involves institutions like court, enforcement agencies, and legal professionals. The legal system ensures rights and responsibilities are upheld and disputes are resolved fairly, and it also plays a crucial role to maintain the order, to protect the freedom, and delivering justice in the society. Then we have the second assessment criterion, which we describe a legal system. Now we have the third assessment criteria, in which we explain what is meant by the term justice system. So what is justice system? Justice system is a network of institutions and processes designed to uphold the laws and deliver fair outcomes. It involves courts, law enforcement, and correctional facilities that are working together to maintain the social order. Then we have the system that ensures that legal rights are protected and wrongdoers are held accountable. It also provides mechanism for resolving different disputes and also ensure fair trials for all the parties. And the justice system always aims to rehabilitate the offenders and prevent future crime. It also plays a key role in enforcing legal standard and safeguarding public safety. So, for the justice system, we have several points. The first is the court structure. It is the organized level of court, each with specific function and jurisdiction. Then we have the role of government. The government enacts the laws and ensures that they are applied consistently. Then we have role of government agencies, in which agencies implement and enforce specific laws, regulation, and policies. Then we have law enforcement, in which there are police and other authorities which ensures that laws are followed. Then we have courts, which include judicial bodies that interpret the laws, resolve the disputes, and deliver the justice. Then we have correction. These are basically the institutions that manage penalties like imprisonment and rehabilitation. So the first assessment criteria is to describe the key features of consumer law. So first, we have the false advertising. It prohibits the misleading claims about the product or services to protect the consumers. Then we have health and safety. It ensures product and services do not pose risk to consumer well-being. Then we have fit for purpose, which requires that product perform as intended and meet their advertised use. Then we have satisfactory quality, which mandates that goods are of a standard that a reasonable person would find acceptable. Now we have the second assessment criterion, which we describe the key features of contract law. So what is contract law? In contract law, first we have offer, that is the proposal made by the one party to another party to form a legal binding agreement. Then we have acceptance, in which there is an agreement to the terms of the offer creating a contract. Then we have consideration, in which something of value exchanged by parties as part of the contract. Then we have intent, the intention of both parties to create a legal relationship and be bound by the contract. Now we have the third assessment criteria, in which we explain the key feature of law of tort. So what is law of tort? It is basically initially it is basically the possession of rights, which means that individuals have legally recognized rights that are protected by the law. Then there are the violation of right, which occur when someone's legal right are infringed or breached by another party. Then there is injury, that harm or loss suffered as a result of the violation of legal rights. Then we have the fourth assessment criteria, in which we describe the key features of international laws. Now we have the fourth learning outcome, in which we understand how laws impact on businesses. So first we have the first assessment criteria, in which we discuss how business are legally formed. Now we have the second assessment criteria, in which we describe the impact of key legislation on business. So first we have the impact of key legislation on a business. First, we have the data protection. The businesses must comply with laws and They have to protect personal data and privacy, which impact how they collect and use the customer information. Then we have health and safety, which include that legislation must make sure a safe working environment, which requires business to implement safety measures and reduce workplace hazards. Then we have consumer law, which says that businesses must emphasize to the regulation which ensures that all the product meet the quality standards, protecting customer rights and preventing false advertising. Then we have employment laws, which regulates working conditions, employees' rights, and fair treatment, which affect hiring, contract, and workplace policies. Now we have the third assessment criterion, which we explain why contractual obligations are important to the businesses. So in the slide, we will discuss the importance of contractual obligations. There are several importance. The first is that it is its duty to fulfill a contract. Businesses are always legally required to honor the terms agreed upon in the contract to maintain the trust and avoid the legal consequences. The second importance that it protect the both parties. The contract ensure that both the businesses and its customers or partners are legally protected, and they must have the clear expectations. Then we have the third importance, that is legally binding, in which contractual agreement provide a framework for enforcing terms and seeking remedies if obligations are not met. So we have different legal disputes in this slide. The first is the mediation. It is a neutral third party that facilitates the negotiation to help the disputing parties reach a mutually acceptable agreement. Then we have arbitration. It is the third party arbitrator that makes a binding decision based on the evidence and argument presented by both sides. Then we have the litigation. It is basically resolving the dispute through court system where a judge or jury makes a legal enforceable ruling. So thank you so much. This is all about the unit 10 of the autumn level 5 extended diploma. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. Thank you.